yourself it's effortless, that just becomes my new standard for easy. Do you get it? Like, it's the reason it's so difficult when you're so extreme, like when you're extremely overweight, is because your mind's idea of effort is so small that the smallest actions seem like the biggest. And everyone tells you and repeats the narrative to you that you're doing something that's difficult. When in fact, like, if you're walking, let's say, to your mailbox and it's a difficult thing and it's a struggle, it's like, yeah, but we just keep doing it, telling ourselves it's effortless. Soon it'll be effortless. Then we move a little bit further. Then we move a little bit further. So, like, a key thing to understand, okay, is that we don't have to tell ourselves that, we're going to run 20 Ks every day when we can only walk 100 meters. We want to make that 100 meters that's, immensely difficult, easy, and then we take it to 150 and we just keep bringing it up. And there's a point to where the effort given and the endurance and the stamina built sort of reaches the pinnacle to where your exhaustion comes down, to where now every action becomes effortless and now we can ramp it up. So typically, if you're trying to, lose weight and you're trying to start training for the first time, you've got to understand it's about 3 to 6 months. You've got to work 3 to 6 months without feeling or seeing anything significant. But after 3 to 6 months, the amount of work that you've done, the consistent action, will shift your mind to where you'll be ready to start pushing yourself. That's the thing. So, like, when I go, a year without training and I go back into training, it's hard for me to, get in there and train because I have the bitch's mindset where I'm worried about what other people think. I'm not able to do the movements properly. I'm, on lighter weight. And that's the thing. It's all up here that is trapping you and me. It's our mind to where we constrain ourselves and we create these narratives and we create these stories and we create these perceptions. And the thing is, it's not difficult to lose weight, no matter where you are in that journey. You could be the most obese person on earth, and this could be the most effortless journey for you. Because the thing is what we truly desire is not difficult. So if I absolutely love walking, which I do, for me in a day, I can walk 40 Ks and I enjoy that. It's not difficult. It's challenging, your muscles give out, your legs seize, but it's not difficult. Like, it's not something that is difficult for me to pursue because once I start doing it, I enjoy it. So you got to understand this. Motivation comes after action. Because motivation is just reinforced positive emotion. So if I just do something every day, I'm going to enjoy, and I enjoy it every day while I'm doing that, I'm going to become highly motivated because I'm in a high state of enjoyment. Okay? So that's an important thing to understand because, like, it's not just weight loss. It's everything in life. If I just commit 3 months to doing something, typically my mindset will shift and I will become more confident in it. And it doesn't matter about if I get the results early on because, like, if I just keep doing it, like, that's the key. So, for example, with spirituality, if you feel disconnected from life, if you feel disconnected, from your spiritual identity, from whatever it may be, from your culture, like understand, like spirituality is linked to your ancestors. So your ancestors are, where did you originally come from? So for example, if you come from certain parts of Africa, you'll have different inclinations, because understand our ancestors are where a lot of our genetic memory comes from. Because for thousands of years, your ancestry may have been in one region, and then in recent times, they've, dispersed out. So understanding this, for me, it's like I come from Celtic heritage. So for me, forests and mountains are important. Do you know what I mean? The rivers. Like, for me, a cool environment, you know? Like, and that's where I'm naturally drawn. If you come from, for example, like a Scandinavian culture, you'll feel more drawn to the water. Do you know what I mean? Like, you'll have a draw to always being out on the water. You take First Nations cultures. If you look at all the different nations that were around Australia, you know, you would see traits in them of having different things based on the geographical and the different traditional things. Do you know what I mean? So, like, for example, most people who, their heritage lives by seas, by the seaside, they enjoy fishing. They enjoy being out on the water. You know what I mean? Whereas for me, like, I enjoy being on a boat for half an hour and then I'm off it. And then I'm done. And I'm sort of like, let's go do something. You know what I mean? Whereas in a forest, I could spend 14 hours walking around and be perfectly fine. Like, so it's sort of, it's just understanding, you know, for me to understand my connection to everything, I have to understand my connection to me. So I have to understand, like what am I naturally drawn to? What is, you know, like my beliefs? Because you got to understand spirituality, culture, religion, like it's all individual. We all get to choose what it means for us. The lie of society is that there are specific terms and meanings. Like, take for example, good. What's good for you might not be considerably good for me. Like, I might not consider your level of good as being good. You might not consider my level of good as being good. Does that mean I cease to be good because your level's higher, or you cease to be good because my level's higher? No. Like, everything is an individual term because nothing means anything outside of it. Like, understand this, no matter, like, whoever you are in life, when you die, yeah, people will mourn, people will remember, people will celebrate your life, people will forget. Like, it doesn't matter who you are. Like, the world isn't going to stop for you. People aren't going to reincarnate you. Like, they're not going to bring you back to life. So pretty much everything that you think means something in life doesn't mean something to people outside of you. But to you, it means something. So the important thing to understand is that, like, throughout life, it's only you that is judging and grading the meaning of the actions you take. It doesn't matter what other people may think or their opinions or what they may feel. Like, other people can think you're a failure and it doesn't matter. Like, failure is just a frame of mind. Like, you can't fail. You You either give up or you succeed. Like, that's it. Like there's no external factor that just knocked you out. Like that's the illusion of business. The reason businesses fail is because they over leverage themselves, and then they can't support their costs, and because no one actually truly wants to do the work and truly believes in the mission, no one's willing to work for free. Look at startups. You look at some of the startups where people will work 6 to 12 months without pay just because they believe in the person and the vision. Like, that's the thing. Failure is an illusion because it's not real. Like, failure is just giving up. So making a conscious choice not to pursue it. So the majority of business people and businesses around the world have, if they do not consecutively make a profit for 6 months, they give up. Like, a lot of them are, if I can't, cover this cost, I give up. If this goes against me, I give up. You know what I mean? Whereas, in the narrative they create, it's all external factors. So business is hard because there's all these external factors that can wipe you out, like the economy, like shifts in buyer sentiment. Whereas in truth, it's just they're the excuses that allow for giving up. So, like, it's important to understand that, like, other people's opinions don't mean anything. Like, take religion for example. If I wanted to be Christian, I can be Christian. Anyone can be Christian. But should I, let's say I was gay, I can't be Christian anymore. Like, it doesn't work like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't be something and then not be something on a condition. That's not how it works. But that's how many people will make you think life works on conditions. You're either healthy or you're not. You know what I mean? You're either a good person or a bad. Like, the paradox of life is, to be healthy, you're unhealthy. To be good, you're a bad person. Like, do you get it? Like, all these fuckers that are out there telling you how virtuous and great they are, to people who they don't care about, life goes against them. Do you get it? So, like, the corruption in politics is just that we're not getting the benefits, so we see the action as corrupt. Like, so the thing is, like, everyone has winners and losers. So it means in conversations, some conversations I'll get along with people and they'll be amazing. Some conversations I won't, and they won't be great conversations. So that person's view of me won't be as great. Like, do you get it? Like, it's a paradox because, like, you can't have one without the other. Like, it doesn't work like that. For me to be alive, I have to be dead. Because in any moment, it's a balance between life and death. A plane could fall out of the sky and hit me. Like, it's a balance. I could have an unbeknownst to me disease and be terminal tomorrow. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's not one or the other. It's not I'm alive now and going to be dead later. Because if I live my life in fear of death, I'm living every day in death. Because I'm limiting my experience in fear of death. Many people live that way too. I could not imagine living in a way that was below what you wanted because you're in fear of something external happening to you. So, like, for example, how those people get, the fear of the outside and interacting and things like that. So then they can only ever live in their house. And then they spend, you know, 20, 30 years in their house, locked up. Like, yeah, it's just that sort of stuff's scary. And all you got to understand is it's all just in our mind. Because there's no meaning to life. There's no good and bad forces out there. And if I'm, walking along and I'm in the wrong place, there's bad forces coming and they're gonna fuck me up. Like demons coming. No, that's not true. Like there's just forces coming, how neither good nor bad. In any situation, it's neither good nor bad. I'm walking down the street and someone mugs me and jumps me. Like it's not really anything, it just is a situation. That person understands and believes that that action is going to get them what they need or desire. They've chosen to take that action. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like that situation's happening to me. It's just sort of happening, and I'm the one that's in the spotlight that's there. So, like, we can't control the external situations. Well, you can. Like, you know, if you're worried about being mugged, drive. If you're worried about being carjacked, you know, buy bulletproof glass, buy a security system for your car that has magnetic locks so that the whole door seals simultaneously. Like, no one's getting in if that's the case. Like, bulletproof glass is like that thick. Like, you good. You know what I mean? But the thing is you can't stop or control that person from taking that decision. Like, predators will always look to prey. The only way to avoid it is to cease being prey. So, take for example nature photography and wildlife videography. Okay, when they swim with predatory animals, the safest place is typically lower to the bottom. Because if you swim at the top, that's where the predators are looking. That's where their attention is. When you're at the bottom, you're just considered to be another predatory animal. Do you get it? Like this is how people swim with crocodiles. They're crazy. You would never see me getting into the water with crocodiles. Like like they either do not understand these crocodiles or they understand them too much to be that confident. Because, like, all a crocodile has to do in the water is decide it wants you, and you have zero advantage, even with fins. So, even if you got flippers on, like, you've got nothing. Like, they're able to move like 360 degrees in seconds. Their tail's that powerful that it's, able to propel them like 30, 40k an hour. Like, you know what I mean? So, like, you wouldn't be able to move before the strike happened. But the thing is they're true predators. So, like, they will watch you before attacking you for up to days. So, if you're underwater, maybe they watch you for hours and then bang, decide they want you. So, you know what I mean? But that's one of the things is in life, you can't stop predators. But you can create, you know, you can create actions that tell a predator that you're a predator. Do you know what I mean? And that's sort of like, walking in certain ways. So like the sterner you walk, and by sterner I mean the more walk like you're prepared to get punched in the stomach. Tense your abs puff your chest out and walk as if you're prepared for someone to just walk up and hit you in the stomach and you're ready to fight. If you walk like that, people will leave you alone. Why? Because you're prepared to fight. If you walk, okay, with your muscles tensed in a fighting stance where I am prepared to fight should someone attack me by surprise, you broadcast just through your muscles and your sternness and your toneness, okay, to predatory people. Should you attack, I'm ready to fight. They're not looking for that. Other ways are, you can show them, you can walk and you can be observant and do a 360-degree view every 30 seconds, okay? And not scared, like you just do a calm look around and people you see, you look them directly in the eye and you continue looking. And like everyone that you look at and you look in the eye, if they look in you in the eye, you just up and down, assess them for weapons, assess them for potential danger. You broadcast, I am on heightened alert, and should anyone move outside of, the normal like behavioral activities of society, I will be alerted to it and I will be ready to respond. What that does is that broadcasts to a predator that there is now a boundary around you to where you know what's coming. Do you get it? Like you're broad